I've just come back from Gardes. It's an area that UNICEF had no access to for the last 20 years because of conflict. And frankly, the situation was quite shocking. It is bitterly cold these days, and over there it was minus 15 degrees at night. And when we went to the hospital, within the first 15 minutes, we already saw children who were diagnosed as severe, acutely malnourished. This is at a point where the child is literally fighting for its life and in need of therapeutic foods and assistance, and so it's quite difficult. And I've seen this in so many clinics around Afghanistan, wherever I visit. And the story, honestly, is always the same. You will talk to the mothers or to the parents, and they would tell you there is not enough food at home for the family itself. The mother is not eating enough. She's that can't breastfeed her child, and at some point the child has to come to hospital for support. And sadly, with this winter, parents are making really difficult decisions. Do you buy fuel or wood for heating? Do you buy food for the children? Do you buy warm clothes? So it is really at the moment the most difficult time these coming months and weeks for families here.
Yeah, such harrowing stories that we're hearing, and the need for aid is so acute. The worry is that the aid will be blocked by the Taliban. Is that a valid concern?
It might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but when the change in power happened, UNICEF has been able to access areas that we were not able to access before, because before we would have to cross conflict lines. So, for example, last November, we were able to get to 3 million children with polio vaccinations that we had not been able to get to before because of the conflict. The same, for example, like I told you, with the hospital in Gardes that we visited. So we are having conversations with the Taliban to allow humanitarian aid to go through, to make sure that children are provided with the health services they need, that schools continue. Our community-based educations have never stopped during all this time, even during the winter. So we are continuing our work, and it's thanks to the world, to donors, to those who help us, that we can continue providing this assistance to children.
The UN is imploring countries to suspend economic sanctions so that this aid can get to where it's going. Can you give us any examples on the ground? Are these sanctions affecting the work of UNICEF?
So thankfully, in terms of humanitarian supplies coming in, whether it is the health and nutrition needs of children, vaccinations, these things we can bring in. But truly what is needed is to figure out, and this is sort of the bigger picture, how to make sure that the economy doesn't fully collapse here in Afghanistan. Because really it comes down to the fact that 97% of the population will be practically poor, unable to support itself. So in the meantime, what we are trying to do is to make sure not only that supplies are provided. So we are, for example, providing winter clothes for children, whether it's vaccinations or therapeutic foods, but also cash transfers, because this is now what's really important, to make sure that families in this difficult situation are able to somehow make the best choice for their children on how to survive the coming months. And this is what we are hoping that the international community looks at. Don't avert your eyes from what's happening in Afghanistan, and do not let children get entangled in politics. It's literally a matter of life and death these days.
And Salam, it sounds like now more than ever you can get the aid where it needs to go. You need that aid. How can Australia do better?
First of all, we thank you, everyone, really, for every dollar and cents, because it really does make a difference. And UNICEF in Australia has been helping us here in Afghanistan to make sure that we can continue supporting mothers and children here. So if you visit the website for UNICEF Australia, I'm sure you'll find ways where you can support, get informed about the situation, so that we can help children over the next couple of months during this very difficult winter.